Now, for my internship, I was working for a company called Superior Solutions, and they had me there with, it was a total of 3 people who run the place. I was working with Alex Patterson, and we were handling multiple doctors' offices. For the experience, it wasn't bad. I mean, I'd recommend how we did it because it was all hands-on. I mean, they let me go, do what I needed to do, and if I had any questions, I was able to ask any questions possible and get the help I needed. So they relied on the knowledge I had, and the fact that I was going for my degree, they relied on that as well. So, I mean, they stuck to what the whole basis of the internship felt like it should be. So then the first place I started out with was we went to a doctor's office. He just put in a new office space and needed it all rewired. So we had to go in there, rewire all the little side offices, little clinic rooms, and make sure there was a connection for each one, and have the wire go through the ceiling and drop into the server room. We had to do individual drops. There was at least 10 to 15 drops for the whole place. So we had to put those in and make sure there was a connection. This took about 3 weeks because I was only able to do Fridays because of my work schedule. Then after that, after we got the drops and I made sure they were all good, I made sure everything was set up perfectly. We moved on to the next place. Along with the doctor's office, which I don't want to give any names of these places or who they are, just out of personal. But after that, we had to go in and update all their hardware to the newest. They want the newest Windows. So we went in, updated all that, which took time because we only had 2 connections in the office we were using to update this. So that took half a day because of waiting and updates, and we could only download 1 connection, but we only had 1 Windows disk, so it was a juggle game. And then we found out one of the computers had complete viruses, so we had to clean that out as well. After that, we ended up going to another doctor's office. This was mostly all doctor's offices, but another pharmacy, and we had to go put in a drop. And I installed 2 standalone desktops. They were self-sufficient. We made sure the connection was there. We also had to check their other 4 computers and make sure they connected to the server and had remote access back at the home office. After we performed all that, which took a good chunk of the day because it was way out in Green Coves, and I mean the timing, we had to go through concrete and then drop down another drop into one of their offices, so that took time. But other than that, once it was finished and once all the systems updated and we verified they were correct, we were able to move on. We had to go do one office like 30 minutes, putting in a scanner actually a scanner, and make sure it worked correct, and there were some issues with the software that came with it. It wasn't wanting to bring up any documents that scanned in the folder they would like, so we had to show that, fix that, and show them where to access it. The last place we actually worked at was a warehouse, and they wanted all their systems with new phones, which had access to soft phone on their computer and also had a PA system in it, and they wanted the transfer capability. This was all done through their switch. There were some slight issues because the PA kept kicking out, so we had to contact the company and figure out why the PA kept kicking out. But other than that, it went pretty smoothly. We had to install on all the systems the 3 software antivirus, the soft phone, and remote access onto all their computers, including the 3 in the warehouse. So there was at least good 17 computers altogether we had to do. Once that was completed, it went pretty smoothly, minus the PA system being an issue. But once that was completed, we were able to move on, and we had to go back. We went back to the home office and did what we had to do there. Now, all in all, the experience was well done. I mean, if they let me do hands-on, if I had like 1 or 2 on the first 2 drops, if Alex was with me and stood with me and made sure I did the drop correctly. But after that, it was pretty much on my own. which was fine. I mean, so how else are you going to learn besides being hands-on? And for the whole experience itself, it wasn't bad. It was a small business. They had their own server room. They had offices they weren't even using at IM Superior Solutions, but that's because they're hoping to expand. It's only run by 3 people, so it's not expected to have a whole ton of stuff. But we were kept busy with what we did have. And for an internship like this, you have the opportunity to expand on that and maybe a possible job down the line. But at least you get the experience and an offer of a letter of recommendation, which helps in the long run. So all in all, it was well done. I'd recommend doing the hands-on approach more than anything else, and it met all the objectives. So I'm pretty glad for what I achieved with my internship. Thank you.